Who is the king of the castle? Why is it the cat? What is it about the cat? What can you do that will absolutely turn a scared cat into running out towards you? The individuality of every single cat, a single-celled organism. This cat, its number is number 24. It's also noted in a standard cycle in the alphabet of ABC. And the reason why I say that is because of the position of the letters in the alphabet. C is the third letter. A is the first letter. Although T is the 20th letter, 2 plus 0 equals 2, which must mean that 19 must be 1. But it is funny that number 21 is 21st, and ST for first, noting where 20 is, it is first. First and why? What do you know about the alphabet? What do you know about numbers? When you see this creation, you will be telling me at where. Because the way to write cat is, there it is. That's enough said. Am I Q coming from where? Coming from 0, creating the U? What is the U? Can anybody think what a U is? Well, here is what a U can be. There's many reasons in understanding what the U-turn can be, that if I was a car, then this would be the U around the yoke for the reason I am going to do the U. Why not just a half of it over here? Well, if it was half of it of this, it would be below this. So if we created it that way, you would be looking at that. And that would be showing you if it was above it, like above. Yeah, it is really aggravating. It is really aggravating. But so yes, so now we showed that 1 separates creating I, that if I should turn it this way, but let's not do it to let's not lose the illusion. Let's not lose the illusion. Okay, so we will continue it this way. So by doing it, okay, by going almost the distance, but not using this one, or this one, okay, in which you can also think that maybe it was a puzzle piece, and these 3 are together, and these 5 are together. So you have 5, and you have 4. You have 5. Sorry, let me do it the way it has to be done so we can, where's the, hey, does anybody know, has anybody ever seen this word? This guy's funny. His name is 5. His name is, you see what this A is? It's from this A, you get this I. And in between A and I is life. When you used to use your VHS, okay, V is for life. This is the life of the heavens spirit, of the heavens spirit, of the heaven spirit, VHS. And within it brings the V, what is above, what is below is what I hold around my waist. Over here is I. Who am I? What is this I? What does it do, the I, when you design the I? Don't you find it funny that when you look at the keyboard for kids nowadays, we are being manipulated, okay? We are being royally manipulated, because when I look at things, I am so happy I'm not that smart in a certain way that I overlook, okay, and misjudge. I have to look for the children, because it's not me and you who are going to be here tomorrow, but the children will always be here. The adults will always be replaced by the children, which are replaced by the children. The child, the father, and the mother, and their parents. 3, 3, and 1, 1, 3, and 1. All about 11, 11, 11. What is KKK? 33, rotation. 9 and 6, the birth and the one spirit of light. When you become man, 616, because there's always one spirit of light in between 3, 1, and 3. In between 3, 1, and 3. Why? Because it is in the Olympics. And what is the difference between the gold, the silver, and the bronze? And what is their association? And when they're standing up on the podium, how really should that podium be made if ABC is standard, in which the only reason we speak about A being first, because it is A standing with its legs spread over B and C. But what is B? How come? What is C with B? Why is the letters have to be different on each side? Because you take the spirits, and the only time you need the spirit would be is when you're going to become C, when you're going to become creation. So you stand on 17 in blackjack. It can be an A6, and they call it soft. So now we got to understand the difference between soft and hard. So if you're looking at the difference between soft and hard, you're going to be taking out a set of dice. Take out these sets of dice. Give me the hard way. Yeah, give me the hard way. And you can keep throwing those dice until you shoot 7 out, or a little bit of bad luck shows up and you get 13 as a 10. If another 10 comes in, boom, you lose. So you get 13. I mean, you get 64. Regardless of which way you count the zodiac, the planets, you either end up with what is the plateau of creation, which is Mars, noted to what and where is the connectors, okay, which is in Saturn, through what is the E-world Jupiter, okay, and noted that the basic cube is standard as 1 and 4, in which 4 can always remain 4, but 1 will have no life until it attains one of its rings or one of its ribs. And in taking of this, planet Earth is numeric value 52, which means in the childhood alphabet, in which we learned, because I didn't learn about gematria or Chaldean when I was in kindergarten. I sort of learned a little Hebrew, Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Gadalet. Hey, everybody, Aleph, Beit, Beit. You got to look at that in many ways. Can you look at it as the worm, or can it be B8, the beehive of heaven, 2 times 8, 16, the half-life, coming into the earth through Pi, the church, the spirit. Where did I get this from? Well, 1 and 6 together, the 16th letter is the letter P. Okay. Church in the basic alphabet, where A starts at 1 and Z stops, comes up to 26, where 2 plus 6 equals to 8. It seems like the alphabet is from 1 to 8 with 99 in between. 99 noted that the word 13 equals to 55 and 44, where teen equals to a numeric value of the letters in the alphabet 2,
244, where thir, THIR, which is 28 and 29, which is 56, that is the student birth of the standard alphabet, because 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to 5 and 6. And that is the inverted 3-time cycle to get to the other side where you were 5 and 6. 1 and 1, 2 and 1, 3 and 2, 5 and 6. Sorry, it's on the 4th one. That's where everything gets inverted completely. Everything gets inverted completely at 4. It is 3 and 4, and it is DC, 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 the 7th gate. 7 times 7 times 7, 343. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals 12 and 7, 19. But you can flip that over and it can look like 61. And we can argue all day if we just show up and you see it from different sides. It is what it is. Remember the tools we were given, how our eyes see. And the number for our eyes are 2020. And what does 2020 mean? In fact, in French, they never make it to 80. In fact, in French, they don't even make it past 70. They make it to 69, and it's over in French. There is no other number in French. It stops at 69. I'm not telling you it stops. They told me it stops. When I say 69, you will say 60, which is 60, and neuf, which is, well, it's brand new. It can also be 555 because in the alphabet, the N letter is the 14th letter. 1 plus 4 equals 5. The W is the 23rd letter. 2 plus 3 equals 5. The E is the 5th letter, and that is 555, and it's N-E-W, new. And in French, they say neuf means new, but it's also number 9. 9 equals to 42, but we're not going to go down that road. I'm barely trying to remember where I was on 777, I think. 7 times 7 times 7, 343. We came into what is the church, number 61, which is the opposite of these dice, the true and only true burnt. If I burnt the hole straight through or drilled the hole straight through, you will get a true 7. There is never more than 7 used out of 9 because you cannot go north. You're coming from the north going towards the south, which means you're not going east or west. And if you were going northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest, I would say you're running on a 45-degree angle, and you would create the half-life, and the cube would be standing up this way. When the cube stands up that way, this is what happens to number 5. It now partakes in the positions of where 2468 is. And I didn't say 2468, but this machine they made, I found it. So I'm assuming maybe this one. But if this one's no good, then maybe you might believe what they call the keyboard setup. But if that one's no good, maybe we can find like there off of the cell phones. I run what has already been created. If it's been created and it is said to be the word of God and God is the greatest and he created everything, or she or he, whichever way you want to speak the word. Remember, soixante-neuf. I have something in my papers. When you go to 70, this is 69. I'm not really sure. Do you spell it this way? I'm going to have to look that up. How do you spell 69? 69. What is number special 69? I want to know how to spell it. It's showing the number. You see? Keeping me away. I want to see the spelling. How do you spell 69? Okay. 60-9. Remember, we got a dash. You want to hear something funny? Listen to this. Listen to this. Can you see that? Okay, watch this. Watch this.
Hey, Google, who knows the ABC better? Okay, is it alphabet or is it Mr. Tackpans? Do you know your alphabet? You see, I want to answer. AI in Google, I want to know if Mr. Tackpans, MRTACPANS, can't even spell that right, Mr. Tackpans. Hey, one more time. MRTACPANS. There you go.
Listings for Mr. Taco near Montreal.
There you go, Mr. Taco. And so now we got the DNA, we have the cat, and over here, this is MR. This REM. That's Mars. Right here in one word, Mars is Mr. Okay, let's take the mystery out of this and stop fooling around. So this is the way they spelt it, right? And 69. So let me go. 19 and 15. No, we're going to go to my friend here to calculate for me. 69. Let me see if I did that right. Let me take it out of here, make it a bit smaller. Hold on a second. Somebody's lost. Am I lost or you're lost? Where's my video page? Okay, there I am. Okay. Sorry about that. You know, I'm darn here alone, eh? Okay, so let me see if we can focus. Can I focus on this? Can you focus and see 69 over here? Hold on a second. I got to get this right. Hang in there. I know it ain't easy for me neither. Okay, we all got to put up with it. Wow. Seems like it came a little bit better. Let me see. No, not yet. Anyways, the number for 69, okay, is 107. So this is 107. And I'd like to look at other words which are 107. I'd like to look at what 20 is. So when we put in the word 20 over here, it's also 107. 107 also for 20. So this word, we're just going to do it easy. This word here, okay, what I'm going to do is, because it's a 6-letter word, we're going to pair them up 2 by 2, and we're going to call the word Mars. And the word is Mars because, you see, I can split this way. This is my question. It's a question first, okay? You see, with this one, okay, I can only split it this way. So I'm always in question, where is Earth? Now, what I believe is that when Mars enters into Earth, what has to happen through the cells is, because this is the number that can be created and split is right over here. And remember, I have to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 ends, but obviously I cannot be here and here at the same time. So once you're here, this one cuts off, but this is the totality. Like in baseball, the totality is, here is the description of the game. It is 4 balls and you walk. But obviously it's 1 ball per pitch count. And then it's 3 strikes. And the same thing, only 1 ball counted at a time, and you can call it a ball as well. You call it a strike. And when this one's a ball, it's a ball. So this one becomes a BB, and this one becomes a BS. Okay? This becomes 22, and this becomes 21. Together, they create DC, which is, like I said, I think I should have straightened these out, right? And the total is 364. The cycles of the weeks is 4 times 7 equaling to 28. Now, if you're multiplying it, what are you actually doing? What is it doing that I'm getting to 343? What is it telling me? Is the multiplication telling me what's inside my cell? How can I back this up and see the true value backwards, which will be 626? If I back it up one more time, I'll get 313. If I back it up one more time, I'm going to get 656. If I back it up one more time, I'm going to get 373. Then I'm going to get 686. If I back it up one more time, I'm going to get 343. Back to the beginning again. That's its rotation. Now, if I'm backing it up and doubling it up, okay, I'll skip things. Anyways, let's skip over that. This is the cycle of the moon. There are 13 times 28 equaling to 364. The name of that cycle is MAN. That is the name of the sun cycle. It is the 1 and it is the 14th letter, DNA. That is what these count for, or in numbers together, any combination of 514. In where standard cycle creation is based right over here, which in my findings, because number 21, 2 plus 1 equals to 3, that it is the complete rotation from where we began at 1. And here is where the divide should come in. Obviously, I'm going to explain it. And the reason for this, okay, particular piece that has to be fit into the puzzle is because they both have the word first. And it is the first time it happens between 1st and 21st. Not only that, 20 is number 107, and first is number IR is 27, 39 angels, 56, and 6. I think first is 639, 49, 59, 66, 72. But it's 66, 72. Capital letter. The first letter is individuality. We'll do something a little bit different with it. This is 5 letters, okay? So the R is going to be individualized. We're going to call this an Earth planet. And I was going to go back and explain that the word Mars is the 13th and the 01st and the 18th and the 19th letter. The total of these letters is 51, which is A and E, because obviously science is an art of something that is shared in the entertainment or in the emergency. 1 and 5, 51, Mars. The reverse of Mars is Heinz, out of order. 8, 9, 14, and 26 equaling to 57, Heinz 57. And what is ironic about this, in order to create the 8, 9, the only way to create it is by the spirit of heaven, right over here. It is the only cube that supports an 8 voided area surrounding 1 and representing Earth. And with that, we call it 50. And with what comes around it is what's called 25 Earth, surrounding a heart. And that is you. And that is where you, Eo, comes in. What is you? What is O? OU, the egg, comes in here. 1 and 6. A, F. And anyways, I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to lose what I'm working on. So when we get back to why is this Earth? Okay, and Earth is number 52. So Earth is number 52. If you like, I will spell it out for you. EARTH. MARS. If I had to do it in blocks, let's say I did it this way. MARS. No, I couldn't do it that way. I'd have to do it like the typewriter. What if I spelled Earth and Mars on the typewriter? I wonder what it would turn out if I connected the letters Mars. Where's Mars? M-A-R-S. And where's Earth? E-A-R-T-H. So Earth is E-A-R-T-H. Look at that. It's like right here. And then Mars just like ties in, it seems like over here. But anyways, M-A-R-S-E-A-R-T-H. Time, heaven, spirit, time. Fourth, first, 21st. So then what is blackjack? Jack, numeric value 25. Jack, numeric value 25. Black, numeric value 29. 29 is the birth, 25 is red, 29 is black. Together they equal 54. That is what the cube is. The cube, if you look at it and understand it, that when it shows you area space and the area space taken up by dots in different positions over all the sides, and you look at all the sides, you have to come and be aware that in the science of understanding where all the dots are, you will see that on another piece of paper, that once we draw out all these dots, we can understand that there are 9 dots. But obviously, this is not, I don't believe this is the way to do it. And the reason for that, because when you connect these 9 dots, all you got is 4 squares. So what does 9 bring you? What does 9 and 4 bring you? 36 and 13. So there's a situation and a story inside of this. And I'm not sure if I really want to get into that. But if you see a number 13, are you looking at, which number 13 are you looking at? I'm going to try to put it in here if I could. Are you looking at 9 and 4, 13? 9, 8, 7. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So I'm going to connect 9 and 4 equals to 13. 7 and 6 equals to 13. And then I'm going to do that 13. I got 39. I did 3 of them. That's standard because of what we were taught. When you go to the Olympics, you have first, you have second, and you have third. Standard. But when you come to fourth, it becomes TH. And what do they have all in common? They all have something in common. They are all the first of their kind. There are no others. When you come into fourth, it does not mean that you attain each of the others. But 2 and 4 are from the same world. They play a part together, but they are not together and they cannot be ever associated without number 3. 2 and 4 cannot be anywhere without number 3 and 4. Okay, once 4 comes into the game, it will not be anywhere with what is now replication. We must replicate now. How did the cycle begin? How can we get over to 4? We got over the 4 with 1 and 3 or 2 and 2 or 3 and 1. So there's only really 3 equations in this in order to create the 4. So therefore, since there were 3 equations and it was 3 equations to start this before the TH world, time, heaven began, you will do the same thing as you started with. On each side of what is the 4, you will now go 5, 6, 7, 8, and that will be the other side. So when you put them out on this in a standard relationship, did I get that right? Yeah. Takes a total of 4 by 4 in order to create what is known, did I do that right? As the 9 lives of a cat. Some might just say it's the pound key. Others might say, no, it could be the star. And I go, no, that's the X. And you go, no, it's a star. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The only way to really get that design proper and the only reason for that, and this is the relationship to building on Mars, because I'm still trying to understand, and it's sort of just the word Earth, the word EARTH, the 5th letter, the first letter. Oh my God, Mars 51 and Earth starts with the same letters. The 18th letter representing the heavens spirit. 18. 81, 171, and the only way that can be created or recreated is by Q. You have AG creating what is Q. This always to me looked like a river or a passage because there's depth inside of it. So now I'm trying to understand, should I be making ribs? Why do I need ribs? I need ribs for the bridges. You need the in-between for the tunnel to get on through. So if we want to continue what I'm talking about, how 2 connects, here is, let's say, number 1. Here is number 3. Here is number 5. And in order for them to connect, I will put number 2 over here to connect them. And when it connects them, it creates, it's an 8. So we now have an 8 that connects. So when you have 88, okay, here's the second one. Okay, over here is the 4. So I now connected what is, okay, as 2, and over here as 4. So this is what is known as the 7th gate. This is what is known as the 7th gate. If you notice, it's a free pass to what is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, is what gives you what is the rest of the equation. Is when you connect the next particle up here, obviously you should know it's a number 7. And when you connect the rib, you connect the rib of 6. So you're connecting, did I get that right? This. You're connecting the rib of 6 over here. And did I do that first one properly? Right. And when you connect the rib of 6, you get another 8. Here you get an 8, and here you get an 8, and then here you get an 8. 888, connecting up to the 7th gate. 888. 8 and 8, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. And 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. So the third 8 brings you to where you are. 7 and 6. 24. What is the multiplication of that? And I don't like that my page is such a mess. Don't like that my page is such a mess. So what is the multiplication of that? What were we just looking at? Yes, 8 times 8 equals to 64 times 8 equals to 480 plus 32 equals to 512. Oh, maybe we can find a place for that. What computer part is this? Not only that, that number 51 is Mars. Number 52 is Earth. 103 is September. What is the 9th month to the 7th gate? Now, the 9th month to the 7th gate. The 9th month to the 7th gate. So I would have to look back and try to see where the, this is the 6th moon, okay, on 168. So if I'm looking for the 9th moon, I'm going to have to come right over here. 84 and 168. I'm just going to use that equation, and we're going to get 252. And oh my God, I've seen that too many times before. 1717. DC connects here on the 9th moon on this number. I'm going to show you what it is. And it's 84 that will create 44. 84, the result of what is 44 is 8 times 4. And 8 plus 4 equals to 12, equals to 44. And we can create it other ways. It doesn't matter which way you get there, as long as we get to those numbers. Because those numbers is just like a key. It's a lock. It doesn't matter how they come together. They come together. Above, below, beside, as long as you got them. You got 2, it means you got both sides of the piece of paper. You got your hand on the piece of paper. Imagine you're holding one piece of paper, but you're on both sides. Wow, look at that. Imagine if I was holding the paper, my hand's on one side. Yeah, I do that. No, your hands are now separated on the same side. But let's not put a crease in the paper. This is Pluto. It is the half life or the double life. Because it's not a real life. The question was, is real? Israel is actually 1, 5, and 9, where the small and the big, you have the big and the small coming into the letter S, because 1 is never alone. 1 plays from this position over here. I'm assuming if there is 1 there, that either this is 1 of, or it is, let me see which part is, yes, we know it's a singularity, 1 and 5. Okay, yes, I'm not really sure what to go, but number 1 plays from this position, it plays from the E position. And in order to get there, it is either BC, or it is, or it is AD, before the death and after the death of the Christ. C&E. Something to do with the creation. Also, at the same time, you're talking about the sun right over here, the communications in the sun right over here. We're talking about the E world and what is represented from BC. What happened is the X and Y, what I believe chromosome, were switched. Okay, I'm not really sure the period of time yet. I haven't been able to read it, but I believe, just give me a second, that, hold on a second. Wow, why doesn't it, I don't get it. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Let's see where we are. Let me see if we can. So it can be seen and understood. I'm going to get back and explain the cubes in a minute. Hey, Robin, how you doing? How you doing? I'm on a hot streak here. How you doing? Oh, is that what's showing up on my screen now? How long has that been on my screen? Can you tell me how long that's been on my screen? Wow. When did that come up on my screen? So just give me a second over here. Okay. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, for those who have seen this before, let me explain this to you, what this is. This the numbers of each one is 36 every row. This is a skeleton. When I say it's a skeleton, okay, it's because, just one second, my screen has changed and I'm not sure what I'm looking at right now. I'm just trying to find something here. Whoop, hold on. I'm losing my page. Wow, I lost this page, lost that page. Where am I here? I'm losing my page. Wow, I lost this page, lost that. Okay, I'm going back to the floor. I'm going to get a drink. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm going to explain that piece. When when they talked about skeletons, things in the closet. What were they telling us? What was it trying to open up in our minds? What was one of the first communication besides there was smoke? And smoke is really dots and dashes. And there was sounds, and sounds are vibrations. And then now we learned how to measure them using measurements of a mind that came from an alternate source that created who we are, giving us the capabilities to think that way. And that's the way we think until the majority think of what they think is the right way to think. That's what everybody is going to be thinking because of all the degrees of those people that think that way for whatever reason they have to think that way, whatever they're trying to get. So we all become what it is. And what is it? It is the spirit of birth. What is that spirit of birth? We are taught the natural knowledge at birth. Immediately. The main thing is to know what it is to be loved, secure, safe. Just those words alone from the beginning and the nurturing, right from the beginning of where the seed has been planted. It has to be understood how you came to the world, because the good Lord, may it be whoever what it is. And if there was not, then whatever I am creating from a pattern that has been created on this planet. And my God, it is crazy in the world that we should have such patterns that all work the same way up into the cycle of the moon, the menstruation of a woman, okay? Understanding that the bat and a bar comes into the moon cycle. The bat and the bar came into the moon cycle because the bat is the bat's mitzvah. B-A-T. M-I-T-Z-V-A-H. You can have VHS, but heaven's angel, heaven's spirit. The number is 147. 147 is everything about what is 0.333. Anything you can figure out about what is 333. Now, 2, 5, and 8 is everything about 0.666. Now, you can shove 0.333 into 666, and what will become of it? It'll be 1 point what amount to encompass the center line division of that, And I'm just going to split it up at, you will be meeting at 3333333. All about 9 and 27 and 81, which is Venus. Everything seems to stem from the one spirit of Venus, 1 and 8. That is our entire alphabet. On the cube, they show it that there are 8 areas surrounding. Before I start, I want to finish off with what I started to show you before. Okay, so I'm going to bring you back to the game over here, back to my board. Where is my camera? Okay, in which, so Earth is like this. So the only way to do that is to only create this way, where you'll become both sides of what is the center box. And where I call the center 50, to where I call what is all around it, I am assuming I should do it this way, I would call it 25, because that's what the dartboard does. Right away, it's telling me about 20, because there's 20 numbers that go around. I know if I count 1 over to 20, it equals to 210. I know all zeros equal to 6. I can make them what they're really valued at. I can say they're equal to 8 because there's 8 voided areas around 1. But I know, okay, that it only needs 1 to ignite corner to corner. Forget about this. It is the heart of life of I. This will create the letter I. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Add 5 to the center, and you create who I is. When you connect the center over here, you connect 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 9 to what the heaven is, the heaven of I. You have 8, and you have the 9th letter associating together. If we inverted, and by chance we started to count backwards, we would be going 9, 8 instead of going 1, 2. But obviously, there was a departure before anything happened, or there was an arrival, and the pad to arrival from 9 is 10. The beginning is an area space as well as the completed area space by the time you arrive at 1, by the time you arrive at 9. But once you arrive at 9, you have to arrive to complete 9, and that's where 10. So when we have the countdown for the spaceship, we go T minus, and that T minus, the value of T is 20. Reverted, it is 7G. In the alphabet and also in gematria, 7 and 2 is also talking about Venus. You see, they talk about Venus twice. Right over here with number 1 is being 18, the voided area space of the one spirit of the heavens. And the H is in the A family, inverted to what is 6F. F and C, 3 and 6. That is the creation of 36.0. That 0 can also be noted as the cube and number 6 if you'd like. The reason for that, the 360 degrees, 10 is whole. 10 is whole. ABC. In which on a cube, the reality is this is B. On a cube, this is A. On a cube, this is A, B, C. But yet when it's turned into numbers, this becomes 1 and 9. Right? This becomes 1 and 9. This becomes number 5. And this becomes 1, 5, and 9. Otherwise pending, because there's more than one world of Venus, possibly a docking station, because it's the 7th gate. All we need is 1 to pop up, and then all the boats can pull in and lock in. How does everybody lock in around? You just go around here and around here. You only can use up in area space when you're docking something, right? When this boat comes in, okay, you're going to use up 1/2 of the space when you dock. And then when the other side comes into dock, they use up the other side of space. So from 4 areas of spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, you only can park 2 ships together to envelop the heart. You notice this can be inside. And then I don't know if you want to look at length or depth of what we can look with this. I'm not really sure what we should be looking at. If there's any depth, I don't know. Anyways, it could have looked like something. I'm not sure. So where was I with this whole thing? So this is what the cube does. I don't want to be lost. I'm already getting lost already in some of it. So ABC is 1, 3, 6. And the basic of this is, okay, is that 1 plus ABC is 1, 2, 3. Value, position, value, position, value, position. 1 plus 2, 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. Once you get to D, DA is on the next line, and it equals to 4. So a new beginning for what is 1. And when you add 6 plus 4, it equals to when you add D4, it equals when you have D4, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So that was the end of the first cycle. This is my first impression on understanding, and it becomes DJ. J10 for the completion of a cycle, and the completion where 1 and 4 come together. Now remember how blocks look. It is a 4 block, or it is a 1 block, or the block has been turned onto the side, and it now becomes the half-life. And the reason for that is if you're putting blocks all on their side, right? And then I put another block on this side. I know I'm drawing over my blocks. What happens is that in order to go from here to here, you must go here to go here, or you must go here to go here. You cannot go this way. Not unless you create a passage. And if you create a passage, you create a passage through here and here. You cannot go through the corner of the house. You go through a doorway here or a doorway here. Here is noted as 8. Here and here are noted as 17. As the center of each of one of these, where the meeting points are all valued at 35. 25 and 35, I guess it's 60. And the reason for this is because in roulette, that's what the payouts are. But it's 8 plus 1. It's 17 plus 1. It's 35 plus 1. Because you have to have the chip on it in order to get that value. Those are the 3 bets. So you have 3 and 52, and you got 3, 52, and then 60. You only can run 2 out of the 3 all the time. You can't run, well, you can, yes, you can wager on all 3. I can't explain it. One is a half bet. This is a half bet. This is a quarter bet. This bet of 36 is actually, because it's a 35 to 1 payout, but this is talking about creation of the E world. This is AB. Although the cube goes 1 all the way to 6, we will go on all the way to 5, and 6 will go all the way down over to 2. And the reason it goes down over to 2 is because its association over here. You see, try and see the point over here. This is the 1 box in orange. This is the 3 box in orange. This is the 5 box in orange. Number 6, okay, number 6 will connect number 7 and number 5. 57, 75. This is the male and the female. This is connecting the gate to the E-world through the passing of the cities of 66 through the guidance of the 8 heavens inside here. The number 8 falls, okay, will fall as so. This is 66, and what happens is number 8 comes right over here. See, that brings it somehow and comes into over here. And what is above this over here? That is, let me try and see if I can get this. No, I made a mistake, but that's wrong. That is wrong, 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 wrong. But there are other designs, but not the one I'm drawing. The one I'm drawing right now is this over here. Here is what is 6. Here is what is 6. And because of where 8 goes between the two of them. And where is number 7? Yes, you're right. Number 7 is right here. You notice the way it makes in between this design. You see 88 show up. 88 shows up. Or 181 shows up. 1881 shows up. So that's what happens to number 8. So now you have 6 associated to 8. And let me look at something. Hold on a second. Game of craps, how it works, 6 and 8 odds. Let's see. Craps, 6 and 8 odds. Craps payout chart. Let's go. Numbers 6 and 8. Let's see if I can get this focused a little bit. Okay, 6 and 8. Here it says 5 to 6. So I've never seen that. Where is this from? I've never seen 2 to 3 numbers backwards like this. This is okay. Place bets. Okay, place bets. Okay, place bets right here. 6 or 8, 7 to 6, and they're right in the same position. Now 4 and 10 is 2 to 1 and 9 to 5. But 9 and 5, 5 and 9. Okay, so now you can see 5 and 9, you're getting 7 to 5. So you're getting into the moon. It's the EI. Now, these numbers, okay, is just not, it just doesn't come up anywhere. They're right over here. The casino games, people gambling on these exact odds that work to the exact odds in the world of creation. The exact odds of all cycles, of all letters, of all numbers, even up to the Mayan and gematria. I can show you a piece right over here. Let me see if I can get you down on this. There are, if you look in between, let me fix my restore of defaults. Okay, as you can see between the black line and the black line, 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. 3, 4 dots. See, there's a big difference with the 4 dots. Now they connect 1 dot. Here is 6. So the very beginning is where, see that where they bring in number 5, they bring 1, 2, 3, 4 all together inside of number 5. Let's call this Jupiter. And then they take number 5 and put 1 dot into Saturn. They put 2 dots into Uranus. They put creation into Neptune. They bring it all the way back. We call it Earth, Mars. Now in creation through Neptune, we have Pluto right over here. Pluto becomes what is Mars inside the E world. Pluto 84 is our birth through the virtue of the cube. And where I need more cubes, professional ones. And where here, now this is going to be hard to explain. I hope I could. So this is Earth. This is Mars. One of the reasons this becomes Earth, okay, is because inside the word Earth, 52, the numeric value to Earth, the numeric value for Mars. To create Mars, all I need is a square like this, and I get a center point that creates a perfect split. So Mars becomes 22 ape. Where in Earth, I automatically need number 52 because the numeric value for Earth is number 52. So I create it this way. But the only way to recreate it is to recreate it this way, which shows me that there is one cube with whatever amount of areas need to surround it, equaling to number 18, and so on and so forth. Voila, I have it on this side. So if I have that on that side, and I come in with this, I will be missing what is 85. 85/30. Now, the reason I'm doing this one special is because I was looking at a metric system to where there was cubic feet and sizes, to where 5 and 8, what is creation? What is creation? This number over here. This is for the word day, and a few other words I found that told me this has to do with creation. A, B, C. When A and B goes into C, and it equals to 6, and the total of the other side of the dice was standard, and we came up with 6, where A times B times C equals to 6, to where we count up to number 7 and we count down 6, 7, 7, 6, where both 6s are part of the 7th gate. And we count down, and again we hit 66. What is it about 6? There's equations that will tell us more of a story. But we can tell you that what is 8 is 6. And what is 8 is 6, Mars, Queen. And what is 8 is the cat 24, 9 lives splitting of the house. Where does it split the house? Between 6 and 8. Now we can question, because we can keep going up and we can keep building and the numbers will change. And since we're going 2 by 2 even, 2 by 2 odd, because the houses are on the other side of the street. 8 and between 888, 888, 888, dang, 888, 888, and 888 is part of a countdown. 10, 9, 8. And I'll show you how. Let me see how I can count down from 8. Um, 13 times 8, 14 times 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. The countdown is 88. And here it goes. 8 and 8 equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. 7 plus 8 equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to 6. 6 and 8. So I did 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Okay, that's 2. The third one is here, so it's standard. 8 becomes 6. I do it one more time, it becomes 5. And now 888 turned into the E world. What is inverted is what is number 1. 1 increases, 8 decreases. Do the mathematics, you will see. So what happens over here? The 6 and 8, and where the 8 passes is right over here. This is where the 8 is. When we count down, it becomes 7. Forget about the 8, but in between 5 and 5 is 9. When in between 3 and 3 is 11. And in between 1 and 1 is 13. 7 times 13, 91, the spirit of the church. The S and S letter, because of the two houses that will create the one peak, closing the pyramid between pyramids. And there is above and there is a below, and they are abundant. There they are, the gematria tree. And there's more stuff you can build in here, but I never did. I'm going to get a glass of water. I'm not sure. I'm going to check my Facebook, see what's going on. I said hi. Nobody responded. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm going to be back in a minute. Just give me a second. Then I'm going to go over the floor a little bit. Coming. This is a washroom break. I'll be there in a minute. Okay, I'm coming back. 1 second. I need to place my table. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, let me find my page. Let me take this off. How is everybody? I got one person here. Hey. Okay. So, man, I can be all over the place, eh? I wanted to explain Earth. So we're getting back to Earth. So we understand that Earth becomes this, and Mars becomes this, and Mars can be split like this, and Earth can be split like this, and this is a 3 by 3, and this is a 2 by 2. A portal is like a fan. A portal is like a fan. And these are the ribs. You know, when I create a design, the more of these lines I use, they become the ribs. And when I cross them this way, okay, I'm connecting the ribs. You're just cutting my ribs in half. You see, when I do a multiplication in a single area block on Earth, it divides everything into 4, making everything's valued at a quarter. Now we have to have a better understanding of this. How do we count to what is a quarter and how is and what is Earth? Now, if we were working on a countdown, right, you have to understand on a count up, right, this is 6, this is 10. We call a minion at 10. But how do we know we're not having a countdown? Where we remove the 4 and we come into creation at 3. When we come into creation at 3, you take a look at it. And I go, come into creation at 3, what was 4? What was 4? What was 3? I have to think. I have to think. So I start to think and I go, yeah, that's creation. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. That's our creation. Balance between two sides. I don't know how to explain it, but if you take a look, the letter R is what is here, and the letter R is what is over here. R and R. 18 and 18, the split world. But it's 18 and 1 and 18 and 1 over here. When they have the replica, just look how little the teeny bit of the replica left over that is missing. I'm not really sure I can explain this to you, but the heart is on one side. I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to come all the way down or create another piece in the center and one side comes down to here while the other side goes up to here. So we come down here, over to here, and down here. That is our connect. This is one side. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. If I take a good look at it, it's sort of it's trying to show me like a crown. So between the two worlds, 4 in the leap year, right? In the leap year, everything starts over again. You get the extra day. 1 starts over again. What else in number 4 where things start over again? Things that start over again at number 4. 4 times a quarter equals to $1. Just trying to think of other things. How can I explain this to you? 4 is twice 3. I mean, 4 is half of 2. 2 is 2, double 2. So the next one would then be 6. Okay. Anyways, I need something to drink. Just give me a minute. 1 minute. I'm going to put something else up here. I need something to drink. Let me see if this is going to be good. This is basically what the picture is. If you can take a look, there are it goes to 7, it goes down to 1, it goes over to the other side, it goes up to 13. And remember, when it goes up to 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4. Remember, between 7 and 8, which is the birth of the heaven, equals to 8. That 9 is Pluto. That 7 is Uranus. That's connecting through the heavens, or the ribs, or the passage between 7 and 8, between what is 66, moving over into the 9 birth, into the upper, and in between what are the two 13, 13, 11 times 11 times 11, which is our alphabet from A to M and N to Z, where Z is noted to be in a changed alphabet where A equals to 6 and Z equals to 4. Exactly the way the game had to be. 6 and 4, both of area space of the first dimension of Pluto. 8 times 4, 8 plus 4, which is a complete replica of what is Life, Ape, and Venus in the E-world, explained in numbers. Two times 2 equals to 4. 2 plus 2 equals to 4. Identical. So we now can create a perfect star where the multiplication and the addition actually came equal, so we know it's a true star. Where 8 times 4 equals to 32, and 8 plus 4 equals to 12, equaling to what is 44. I will create the same equations, but in creating the same equations, this is going to be the cell of this equation. 3 times 2 equals to 6. 3 plus 2 equals to 5. Then 5 by 6 equals to 30. 5 plus 6 equals to 11. Now, the word day is number 30. And I have to go through the complete alphabet, looking for all the basic words that kids should know while we were growing up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, etc., before the dictionary got out of hand. We can use also what D dot A dot Y if you want. We're noted that Y is Earth, but noted that it comes in number 25, it is 20. And noted that it comes in at 20, it comes into also what is, hold on a second, please. Wow, how come I don't have it? Yes, I do. 20, 60, yes, 60. What is 60? So then we have 01, and then we have 04. And it's a 3-letter word. So because it's a 3-letter word, if I want, I'm just going to say, okay, Venus, because Venus is about 81, right? Venus, it's Venus world with alpha inside of it. I have to look back for my stream again. Venus, Earth, by the way. In the 3rd dimension, it becomes what is Saturn through Pluto, okay, and Jupiter in its creation, split into 4. Now, I don't know if it's the mind split into 4, because when you add it, it becomes 11, and that is the recreation. 1 times 1 from one side to the other equals to 1. So you got the in-between of what is 1, 1, and 1. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Where the first part of the alphabet separates, and then they instow something on this part of the alphabet. There's also number 14, 22, 23, 24. Let's go 26, whatever. Q and Z, don't forget those two, the gateway into the beehive. 2 and 6. 2 and 6, it's 1 and 5, and it's 2 and 6. The inverted to this dice is 1 and 6. But you cannot be both ends at the same time. They are both ends that you would call ST. Because if you're looking at this first, or you're looking at that first, this is the greatest and the smallest. You begin here or you begin here because they're the opposites. So you can use first. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why the in-between of this is number 35. Don't forget that. Yo. When yo comes in, that's good. Oh, anyways, let's not get into that. Okay, so I'll explain that on another piece. So Earth is number 25, but more than what is Earth, it is Jack. But more than what is Jack is A, B, C, D equals to J. Because of D, when you get D, you now equal to J. What is it when you do this? Well, here's A, and you add B to it. When you add B to it, the result is C. Now, when you add D to it, what is happening when you add D to it? That's a big question. You can't add anymore. Two of them are lost. Two of them are lost. You actually added, you got J, but you ended up with H. J minus B. Why did J lose B? There's B. Here's D. J can only be when you now have two cubes. You can run one in the center, two apart from each other, but it loses it because it separates from itself. So we install a new one back in. 3 cubes to recreate. 3 cubes to recreate. See the W? And what is the M? What is the M? Well, the M is what is 2, 4, 6, 8 as they crisscross over each other, connecting. Either you're passing through here, and you're passing on this side or on this side, okay? But you're not going through it over here. And every time you do go through it, it becomes the half space. You can't look at this. See the square over here? Well, here and here. A builder's way of cutting has to cut from a point. If it starts to cut from a point, it would be starting to cut from this point over here, saying that this end is longer than this end if he starts from over here. So telling me that this area over here is the half space between these two, or a corner, because I cannot go. If I had to go any more within this, it would end up being 3. You follow what I'm saying? Look at the dimensions we got out of it. So I'm not sure if you're following that, but I seem to be losing myself in all of this. We were talking about 888, and then we did it 3 times, so there would be 24, add 24, so we'd have 536. I'm not really sure what that is, but like I said in baseball, there are 4 balls and 3 strikes. Now I want to know what the number for the action and the result, because the number for the action, okay, is 32. You can say 23 if you want, and the result is one of 2 results. These are the 2 results. One into the gateway of rotation, but you cannot get both, and you never get number 7, ever. And what is this? The 42 or 24 equals to the 68 or 86, the division of the 7th gate, pane 76, in which is where 6 connects to 7 and 6, connecting to 7, in which dropping down, wanting to find where is 8. Well, if we're continuing up and we're counting by twos, we'll continue counting 2 up, unless you want to go 6, 7, 6 up as you're going 6, 7, 6 down. I'm not sure which one, but down, I'm going back to 6 because I'm going over. But up, I can also say I'm connecting to 8. So maybe my 8 is taking part over here. My 88 crisscross of what is my 66. If I'm 88 of what is 66 and my 8 connecting 7 and 9 and 7 and 9, then my 7 is connecting to 7 and 6 and my 7 is connecting to my 7 and 6 in order to live in the area of 88. So I'm going to have to write that down and maybe redesign that just to show you real quick and easy. What I'm saying is when I just going to draw the bottom part of it, this is where 6, 6, 7 comes in. Okay. The next number that will go up to here will be number 9. Now the next number coming down, the next number that comes down over here, I'm going to just show you why I'm doing this. This is number 7. These are my solids. These are my solids or my stripes, okay? And if you can draw it out, you can create it. And if you can create it, you can create a prism around it. And you can create a prism around it because guess what? You can't figure it out. You have no idea what's going on. You know what the word is all about. You can now transquire, which means to know into the word of how the vibration works within the body, on how the mind was set inside the motherboard, and reset the mind to the motherboard within one's mind. If you believe in the Holy Spirit, and you believe in how you got here, or you believe that you got here from a holy God, but you don't know how and why. Ask yourself, if you understand math, science, physics, if you understand how computers work, then the methods I speak are based on basic building. Electricity, piping, car engines, moving parts, sprockets and gears, the movings of clocks, and inside a gearing that you really can't see in the air that lets us stand where we stand, that lets us see what we see and hear what we hear. How do I hear? Because you do. Explain it, and you get it explained, but it still doesn't make any sense because there's something missing. There's one little piece missing that we hear, that sometimes we hear and we don't hear. In order to hear something, whatever comes out of my mouth's got to go somewhere else. And how does it get there? Anyways, so this is 7, this is 9, this is 11. This one is 11. This is 13. See the way the 13th one is above the 13th? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to another 13th, or my new thinking was to have an area space of 1 or 2 blocks opening. And when you cover these blocks, right, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I never do this, but I'm doing this now. In order to create a bridge between understanding that there are 2 sides, that there really are 2 sides, even if there's mirror, there's a separation, although I didn't put any separation between here. Maybe I should have, but I'm going to have to redesign this whole thing. Hold on. Robin, I see. Yes, 0151, nice hit. A. Webster, 38 is hell. Yep, that's 16. That's the church. Hello, Brett. Are you still there? You're gone? Why does it still show this page over here? Hold on a second for a second. Just give me 1 second. Hold on a second for a second. Okay, it was frozen. Okay. Where am I? Is this okay? Here I am. Let me move this over here. Let me move this over here. Okay. So yeah. So what happens is you see this number 13 over here. In relations to what was below, what was above was 7. What is 9 is 5. What is 3 is 11. This pairing shows me about Mars and the game of pool, where there are 15 balls, where there are 8 solids, and there are 7 stripes, in which to create this, it's 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 17 QAG. 17 and 1 and 7 equaling to 25. Earth. 10 and 7 equals to 17. Again, 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals 10 and 7. J and G. And I spoke a little bit earlier, and I'm a little unhappy. I need to explain this. I need to explain this. Well, what it was, I wish I can find it. I'm going to explain this too. Remember, there's 3 equations. This one, and this one. Okay, this is 44. That's where Pluto comes in. Why? 8 times 4, 8 plus 4 equals to 12, equals to 32. Add them together, it's 44. When you multiply this, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 08. 08, 0 is recognizing where the one spirit is in the heavens of 44, which is the passage between 1 and 6, where 1, okay, is connecting in E over here through the connection where 2 and 4 connect 1 and 2 here. Here is number 4. 1 and 2 comes into the game. 7 and 5 come into the game over here. 7 and 5. 1 and 3 come into the game over here. But there's no way in. It's a chain, but there's no way in. So they must create the rib. They need to stabilize. They need the passengers on the inside. They need a passage. So they build this passage in between, where we now can connect 1 of 4 and connect 1 of 4 to where they both remain now 3 and what is 1 to what is 1 and now 3. And inside it's 3. It's 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3. 13, 13, 13. 11 times 11 times 11. 13, 31. So 2 connects both. 1 and 2, 1 and 3. 2 connects 1 and 3, 2, 1, 3. Where 6 connects both 7 and 5, connecting both male and female. Connecting both what is male and female. For I call the moon followers. respecting the story, the hidden story, or the story right in your face. You never understood it. You just heard a story. You never got interested in looking a little bit deeper into the word moon, into the numeric value of where it belongs, and it's telling you about 3 pi. 16 and 9 is your basic rule of creation. Within this one here is 4 and 1. In between this one here is 9 and 4. And in between what is known as this one here is 16 and 8 and 1. The reason for that, okay, is when you encompass, okay, the item, you encompass your half of the item, and then we encompass the altar half of the item. So within the 2 hearts that come together, I'm not sure if you can see the true dimension within what is here. I'm not sure if we can go really strong or light. And is it like that? Not sure if you can see how deep it's. So I don't know. So anyways, and when you're leaving, you're creating that, you have your corners, right? When it's this way, you're going to do this with it. And right away, you're going to know that it's going to be either the 2 dice or the 3 dice. For the reason, let me explain to you, is that dividing line tells me I can't divide, right? If I'm dividing, okay, I have to be dividing this way. I can't go through these 2. It's either these 2 or those 2. Otherwise, I'm not divided. So is it this way? Because this is an explanatory dice. This is where 4th comes in. This is the first world of TH, 20 and 8, B and H. The cycle. The cycle of what? What's the cycle? Of the moon. Well, give me the letters to the moon. M for moon. So what's the A and the N for? The N is for the sun. The A is for the division. Well, tell me how you know that. Well, 13 plus 01 plus number 14 equals to 28. And so what about how do you become 27 equals 53? Okay, and this equals to 81. Oh, that's so perfect. 3 letters, reverse, 81, Venus, heaven's angels. There's only 7 of 9 that are relevant in here because 2 are cut off. Man, 28. But so tell me something about man. Well, I know I was a boy, and at 13, I became a man. So you're a man at 28 cycles, equals to 364 days to have 13 moons. 5 and 7. 5 and 7, okay, connected. 5 and 7 connected by 66 and 55 to the 7th gate. 7, 11. So you tell me about the game, what's going on, and the truth about the art behind the actual numbers that can be seen, not only seen, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I think I had it up here. Yes, not only can be seen, but it's right here. And we were looking at a number before. We were talking about 60 equals 107. Well, so does 20 equal 107. Look at that. 9, 10. Ante up. We're coming into the game. Where are we? Oh, there we are in the cat house. What do you mean the cat house? That's right. That's the cat house. Let's go. Well, it looks like an E to me. No, it's the cat house. How do you know? Because it is the at sign. It is the at sign. So we're at the creation of 312. 104 times 3. That is your communication. January 4th, January 13th, January 22nd is that next birthday this month. That's right. If you're born on October 4th, if you're born on October 13th, if you're born on October 22nd, if you are born on October 31st, your birthday in January is, if you're born in January, on January 4th, on January 13th, on January 22nd, and on January 31st is your 4th birthday in October. Only 7 months have the possibility of doing it. And this year, well, guess what? It's only because 3 are done. We only created what is the completion of the cycle, 27. 10-4 is the 2-to-1 value explanation on a cube. 6 and 4, 10, where 13 and the cycle comes in, where it becomes AC/DC man, creating what is the numeric value for the 7th gate. Unless you want to talk about 22 life or 55 freedom, from 22 life to 55 freedom, because the 22 life, right, from the 22 life, which is a little bit further down here, okay, well, so actually it's over here. Here's your 22 life. All you're connecting is basically you're at the gear at the bottom. I don't even know where you are over here. This is one world up here, and there's a split world down here. So the down world down here, I'm not sure if I should give it the 8 over here or give it the 8 up here. So I'm not really sure which way I should be going, because I was using 8, 10, 12, and 14 down this way. And you do have to understand that 10, 12, and 14 are also 1, 3, and 5, which also say ace. The word sun is 19 and 21 and 14. This is the cube. This is what is 45. There's a Fox passage. It's the sun, 96, 69 rotation. I just want to go through it quick, but 1, 3, 5 are the basic low singular count of these letters, in which will give me 9, in which will give me 8, 6, 4, or it's going to give me 9, 7, 5. This is to the 9 cycle. This says love, and this is love, and this is Venus through 13 Jupiter, man's cycle. The reason for that is this is where that one spirit comes in. It plays from the 5 position, the same position where Jupiter is located in the solar system, in which C and E has been used as A and B creation, which is stand. You stand on 17. Now, when you stand on 17, hold on a second. I want to see something. Okay, I started this book, but I would love to find where I was in my last book. I really would. I really would like to find where my last book was. Just hold on a second. Um, yeah, there's so many things going on. I can't find the book. I'm a little upset. So much going on, eh? Oh boy, would I like to find that book? Something to do with the Mayan 7676. It's how it's movement 313131. Wow, I don't know where it is. I'm a little upset. I don't know where my book is. I don't remember what book I was in. It seems like we're still in day 6 or day 6 and day 1 or something. Just trying to see if I can. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something specific. So just give me a second. Okay, my cat jumped around. I can't blame it on the cat, eh? Okay, I don't find it. I'm a little thirsty. If you got to say or ask me anything, ask me. I'm a little upset. I can't find this piece. It was, I gotta redraw everything as I go because I can't find everything. It's a little upsetting. And when I come back, um, I'd like to talk about that number 69 and ask me something about what I might have missed out here. So we're like on 7 different channels, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think one is not working right now. Yeah, so just give me a minute. How much is a taxi from Jarry and Lackady to 333 Casgrave? I'm there in a minute. I'm there in a minute. Okay, now, earlier on in the video, I don't know why I'm seeing half the face. Okay. Hold on a second. I said two things. I said 514 and its importance, and in French, Y number 69, it stops. $69. So if we were counting down, that'd be 51 plus 9 equals to 60. It's not one word. It's two words, possibly telling me more than one story, the multiplication and addition. This will tell me about 6 and 5, 30 and 11, 41, 5 and 4, 20 and 9. This one here, 20 and 9, right to the fact. So this one is going to either be this, or from what came to be what is this is first, and this would be second. But then again, this came from that. So was this first? So where did this come from? This came from what is basically that, except it was that, and I just turned it around to be that. And it comes from that, which actually comes from that. Now, the thing is about these two is where the word ON comes in, because this is where pi begins. Pi is 3.14159265, in which is turned over into 333699696. And this explanation over here is explaining, how can I explain what it is? First of all, that's the pig's pregnancy. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Secondly, it is explaining 1, 4, and 7. The reason it's explaining that is because when you divide for what is pi, however, pi is augured or divided up, adding and subtracting and adding and subtracting. So over here, when you divide by 3, 1 equals 0.333, 4 equals 1.333, and 7 equals to 2.333. So the total of this is 3.999. 19 times 19 equals to 361, 19 and 19 equals to 38 equals to 399. Creation of 99. So they created Jupiter. And Jupiter, do you know what the name of Jupiter was? Right? Jupiter was called Smart 86. And Smart 86 is created by inside the creation of what is 24 by splitting up what the electricity is. I don't know how they altered the electricity. It's where did they alter the electricity? And it was through the seventh gate. So the seventh gate is man. They're talking about the moon, what's happening with the moon through the seventh gate because of what 2 and 4 does. 2 is where we bring A and B, okay, where we bring the gateway, A and B. Let me see if I have this. How can I explain this? How did I bring A and B together? I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, let me just show you that 2, 5, and 8, when confronted, divided by 3, equals to 666, 1.666, 2.666. So this will equal to 18. This will equal to 19. This will equal to 19, and this will be 49.98. I don't really want to get into that. What I really wanted to say is they're 18, 18, and 18. I can add it this way. Did I get that right? Hold on a second. There's 4 numbers over here. Were there 3 numbers over there? 6, 6, 6 is 18, 8 and 1. 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 98, 99 in between 4 and 8. 4 and 8 come together as what is Pluto. So 99 creates a rule, okay, with inside of Pluto in what is Smart 86, created by what is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, in which is also created by the division of day and night. And this comes in the standard cycle where 8 times 4 equals to 32 and 8 plus 4 equals to 12, equaling to what creates the division 16 and 8. And 16 and 8 equals to what is 24. So we converted in the first equation to the second from the basic equation to what is the answer of the third basic equation. There were 1 and 6 is where you get 7, 8 and 6, 8. One is within the addition, the other is within the multiplication. So within the addition, you get the 7th gate. But within the multiplication, you remain 6, okay, and you get the divided, okay, from 8 down into 6 instead of going into the 7th gate. 6 and 8, that is the division of the 7th gate. This is inside the 7th gate. This is G and H, Heaven's Gate. And what happens is when we run those numbers, 1, 7, I'm going to have to show you the basics of the 3 major numbers in which everything ends on the countdown. 20 down to 02 is the countdown. Remember we were talking before A, B, C, D equals to J10. And what I wanted to say is we had to minus B2. The reason for that, I know I jumped off. There was a reason for bringing 2 together. Why did I have to remove 2? I had to remove, yes, because these 2, okay, the 2 is going to be replaced. Hold on a second. Yes, here's one of the things. I don't remember exactly what it was. I know that 1 and 2 are both replaced. I don't need to take off the 1 because it's instantly here. But I will take off the 2 because it's replaced, okay, by 4. 2s are replaced by 4. 1 and 2, 1 is also replaced by what is 5. Okay, the 2 and the 10 in pool are what is separation by 8. So we're talking about the 7th gate in pool. So this will be H8. And I think it was something to do with the calculation over here. That 22 was 22. It's not the inverted what 1 and 3 is. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals this. The other one equals that. They are what is the 7th gate. 12 and 7 equals to 19. The spirit. And then it goes SAI. And 1 all the way to 9 equals to 45. What is the fox? What is rotation of 6 and 9? And this is where I'm going to explain the rotation of 6 and 9. The rotation in French, numbers stop at 6 and 9. And the thing about 6 and 9 is that when it gets to 70, they will say 60 plus 10. And in fact, 1 through 9, okay, is gone. There is no 1 through 9 in 60 until you get to number 19. Inside 70. Inside 70. There is hold on a second. Let me explain it. There is no 1 through 6. There is no 1 through 6 in the 60s. So there is no cube. There is none of this. When you get, in the 70s. No cube in the 70s. There's no 1 through 6. So when you get to the 80s, okay, they say it's 4 times what is 20. So now, if you want to look what is 20, there's a few things you can look at. If what is 20, we can say that the cube is this way. And we have 14 and 6 up. What is 20? And that'll be green. And that'll be 6 and 5 and 4 and 6. The multiplication and the addition, the sun of the half-life, that's what I see. Remember, you connect the moon with 6. You connect 5 and 7 with 6, right over here. And there's a divider inside of it. What's dividing it is number 8 has now come in between, coming down in the first house. First house, second house, the in-between house. If you see E in the reality of what E is supposed to look like, right, that would mean the E looks like that if you want to turn it that way. So what is E? When you meet right over here at man, this area over here, the block. I shouldn't have mentioned that. Anyways, you can see 5 and 7 come over here. Well, I put number 6 in there, and I put number 6 in there. Where are we? Here I put number 6, and here I put number 6. And we're connecting. Sorry, I didn't do that right. What I connected was wrong. I just connected. I really didn't connect anything. I should have been connecting here. This is 6, and this is 6. When you create 8, this is where 8 is. You only have half a space to jump out of this 6 and into this side. You now have to, you remember they say bar 66, right, in the game of craps? Now you'd have to skip through the 7th gate over here in order to get into the other side, the side of the sun. And the side of the sun, because sun is 1, 3, and 5. If you go up into this dimensional world, or what is down, and there'll be more worlds, I have other designs that come out. Let me take a look at something right now. Wow. Let me see where I am. Okay, I see I got a cat floating over there. Okay, so where am I? Well, I'm all over the place. So what happens is this creates polarity. This creates division between day and night. The meeting point of both of them are this. This has the 3-4 altar. This has the 3-3 altar. So this will count in 6-9 rotation. So why I say it all stops in the 60s, because when you get to 70s, they're adding on 10 through 19. When you get to the 80s, they're going 4 times 20. When you get to the 90s, they're saying 4 times 20 plus 10. So everything really stops at the 60s. But the reality is that A10, B20, C30, that already equals to what is 60. Because we can't begin or end anything that is whole without being a minion. Born with the spirit, 9 and 1. Also noted as is. Inside of what is 1 and 9, you are either 1 through 8, and you are 2 through 9, but you are not the nose and the tail at the same time. The body and the mind, 18 and 29, this is your birth. Creating what is K and what is R, what is 11, what is 18. From where did come number 29? From number 54 and from number 76. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4, 29. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6, 42 minus 13 equals 29. How does this 13 come about to be minus? Well, what you do is you create that. And by overlapping a line in between an area space, as you can see, only shows a minus sign. It tells me what this design over here, what it is. The size of the design and the angle of the cube that is within. You know, I wouldn't be able to know this if I couldn't be at least a minimal close on the artwork. I would never be how to understand how now, where what we see is y over y, in what creates the I. And then there's that empty space over here and that empty space over here. Whatever that might mean, right? Anyways, so 69. So the reality is there's really nothing more than ABC, because if we're looking at 100, okay, what's really missing would be D40. 40 is noted to be blue. 40 is the DJ. J, which is noted to be 10. Now, why did I minus 2? Oh, 3 and 3 is 6. 4 and 4 is 8. 6 and 8 equals to the 14. There are 14 dots that go around. 14. But when you count the opposite side, 5 and 2, that equal to 7. The most dots that you can get that will repeat, that if this was drilled holes into it, would be 5 and 5, 10. So what is 6 and 8, 14? When we double up on this number. This will be, anyways, let's not get into that anymore. Let's see what other depths I can get into that. So now we know that, yes, this will become 100. So now let's call it 100%. So now can we play inside the percentages? Like saying we know the moon is 57 and it could be 75. Now, if I was to note to be 100%, I would go 53 to make that one perfect, and 35 to make that one perfect. Now, where do I get these? What do these mean? I don't know. I'm a little tired. I didn't want to get into this. I wanted to get more to what 75 and 25 was, where this is the moon and this is the jack, where they come together in the center of darts in the red area, where the total number of darts added to number 20 equals to 210, which is the diameter fit. And whatever that fit is in one of the crevices in the moon, that plug is, okay, is actually noted as 2160. I don't need to know any more than just 21 to know where the cube is, to know the diameter passage of time is inside the moon, which is 4 cycles of 15 minutes or whatever it is of 15, equaling to whatever 60 is. And I can take it on any level or lower it to any level. And I can even go back to what is the cycle of the moons of Pluto, to where we're just going to arrive at where I did earlier on in this video, okay, to where we got the 9th moon. But the 9th moon is where the birth comes in at 252 on Q 1717, which is Earth's Jack, right? Do you want to know the name of Earth's Jack? I can tell you the name of Earth's Jack. You have to understand, I break everything down to a single digit, level to level. So when I add 1 to 13, it equals to 91. Okay, the 13 cards in the deck times 3 is 273 plus 91 equals to 364. That is the creation of 3 by 3 by 3, equaling to 3 by 3 is 9 by 3 is 27. And when we break into the Mars cycle, it equals to 81. And that is heaven's angels spirit of IR, third, time heaven. And it's third because this is number 4 and this is number 3. And then we're back to where actually what J is over here, the minion coming together or coming apart between Earth and Mars, the half-life. The interruption, the splitting apart the planet in 2. We're now 3 parts of the planet, the left, the right, and someone in the center. Not really sure what's going on. So this over here is what the 7th gate is all. I think my cat's on the screen right now. Hold on a second. My camera, just hold on. I think I'm frozen. I'm just erasing a lot of pages. Okay, I'm trying to see. I feel I'm frozen over here. Something's wrong. Just can you wait a second and let me see if I can unfreeze this. Yeah, I'm frozen here, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. Um, oh, yay. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I need a cage. Get me a cage. I'm going to have something to drink in the kitchen. I'm going to come back and see where I am. So many things going on. So many things going on. Yeah, my Logitech is giving me a ton of trouble. I really need to set up my computer much better. This is no fun and games anymore. No fun and games. We shouldn't have any art and entertainment. Earth and Mars. EARTHM. Is that basically all we're missing between the two? What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? MARS. EAR, or I can go EARTH. Just give me a second here. Okay, EARTH. So let's just take away this. No, we're going to take away A and R, just A and R. So we're going to have MS equaling to 32. And then we're not going to have EA. So we're going to have 28 and 5. We're going to have 33 and 32. 11 and 15. And 15 will recreate 11, 26. So that's what number create. This is what the number that gets created from their letter form. Their real numbers would average to be 51, 5, because Earth is 52 and Mars is 51, and this is where they would meet at the 0.5 in the E world. Even their word says the same thing. 103 is for September. 103 is for 60. 103 is for Mercury, the addition of Earth and Mars, and 512 memory, or GB, whatever you want to call it, inside of Mars, and there, Venus, plugged in at the gate. Yeah, I was talking about this before. I just want to remind you that when we count up to 13, and of course you might be lost if you haven't seen the video before, and what this is it's a basic gematria countdown. And I don't really know all the positions of my letters in gematria, and I use this because it works very good, and I'm soon going to maybe add it to the English alphabet if that goes to 9 numbers. But I implement the 2 in the same reality, because I find that on a dice cube, you will never use more than 7 of 9 at any time, in which the 1 and 6 explain to me that there are 2 voided areas across from each other. So that's where the 66 comes in, and the 8 is what is noted, is going to cover that. That 8's gonna, that's the only part free. 88 comes together. 88 is part of the 7th gate. 88 as part of what is the 5th world. 8 and 5. Is that what it is? 8, 8, 7, 5 come together. And then we have to know what formation this is. 6, 3, 6 is their formation. Why? Because the standard formation, which is all about 3. So you multiply times 3. 3 by 8, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 3 by 7, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 by 5, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. And we have to understand that when we count from A to E, it equals to 15. When we count from A to F, it equals to 21, noting that it is 6F that is added on notation. Should the dice cube be placed down this way, we will have what is a total of 15. We will know that 6 is down. This is where we note at 66. Did I get that right? Seems a little off. I don't know why. So now I was going to explain something. We are going to do what about 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and 6, 1 and 7, 1 and 8, 1 and 9. Now these are special. These only happen, I think, 8 times, okay, in numbers, meaning it happens from 1 over to 9. It happens from 21 over to 30, and 31 over to 40, and 41 over to 50, and 51 over to 60, and 61 over to 69. But in 70, okay, is no 1. There is no 1 in 70. In fact, there is no 1 through 6. 1 equaling to 34, 6 equaling to 52. There is no 7 and 12. There is no 10 and 7. 10 and 7, 1 and 7, and 1 and 9. There is no spirit, and there is no ga. Through this, we will create 7 and 8, in which we'll create 56 and 15 will equal to 71. So its rotation is 17, 78, or 87, and back to what is 17. In this rotation, it'll be 19, 19, 19. It will never change. So this will become 1 and 7, what is 8 and 7. In this one, over here, it'll be what is 2, and what is, I'm just trying to think, what is 2, and just give me a second, and what is 6, and just thinking a second, just give me a second. Right, so that's what it would be over here. So this one here, 7 times 8 is 56, 5 and 6, 11, 1 and 1 is 2. So we have to understand what 11 is. And 7 plus 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. So we have to understand what 1 and 5 is. And 1 and 5 relates to the pool table. And it relates to the pool table for the 15 balls, and A counting all the way to E5 equals to 15. So we know we're 8 and 7. Number 9 repeats its numbers. So the G is very special. The G is very special. The G. Because this is what it is. It's 8 all the way to G. So if I did, and G, what happens is it becomes 17, and then 17, and then 17. Oh my God, I got 4 Gs. And the reason I'm running 4 Gs is because one cycle of Pluto, one small cycle of Pluto stands in where you take a dice cube, and around the dice cube is 4 sides of 14, equaling to 514, or the sun. And it is also called the ring. The ring is, although the face is Earth, the ring of 4 sides is noted to be Mars. The pole becomes Earth because Earth gets what is 9. Earth is 1/4. See, this is something that came to my mind again. See, is it Mars that becomes the actual pole? Because right through it. And then Earth, because it's got 4, and 4 for 1/4, and 4 to make up Earth. 4, 4. See, I've been saying it the other way, that Earth is the pole. Thinking. I have to think. The crossing that Mars comes in, according to what is here, the single pass. The only way for a single pass to come into Mars is right over here. Mars being number 51, the unicorn. It's the only way in. That 45-degree angle reverse to what is the angles over here and what is created on the Star of David leads me to understand that 45 and 135, or the sun, is missing inside of this. This is the fan rotation. If we want to look at it another way, we can also turn it this way. Which way would I have to go? No, not that way. And I don't remember. Anyways, I'm a little stuttered of which way. Yeah, I was talking about the around. So around is 14, equaling to what would be the sun. Up and down is a 7 gateway pole. So if up and down is a 7 gateway pole, and the only way for Mars to come in is on this angle, because Mars does not get manipulated. Okay, Mars doesn't get manipulated the way Earth gets manipulated. So when we take the cube, okay, we can turn this way. And every time we turn 2 colors at a time. We will turn a total of 2, 4, 6, 8 colors, or we will turn 8 colors this way, or around the center, we would turn 8 colors that way. 888 is part of the 120 system. The 120 system is where we, just give me a second. The 120 system is 120 degrees times 3 equals to the 360. That's the system of creation, of standard creation. And you have to do that times 4 times in a cycle, equaling to 1440, okay, or 12 by 12, or 414 rotation of the sun in the 10-10-10 world, in which, if you take a look at the calculator numbers, they lay it out for you: 1 and 9, 8 and 2, 7 and 3. Why are they not going 4 and 6? Because you can't use all the numbers at the same time. So what we do is I go 1 and 9, 4 and 6, and let me see, did I get this enough? Okay, and that's what I run by. That's what you can do, and then you're left over with whatever that is and whatever that is. So that's the way it gets split. So now you're going to be running what is possibly 3 and 7. I'm not really sure which way I should look at this and run my new style of understanding area space. How I create a position over here from 4 positions, and the 5th position, okay, the Mars, the 5th position overtakes A, B, C, D equals to 5E. Now, if you want to create Earth through this position, what we would do, if I had to create Earth through this position, all over the place, in which what I did is I just came in and did that to find the E worlds, in which the E worlds only exist because 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 2 and 2. So we create that E world number 5. Now, what are we going to do next? How do we create Earth? Well, this is the way we're going to create Earth. We're going to do what we think we can. Earth is going to get a number 9. So if we're going to get another number 9, we're going to go here and we're going to go here. And now we created Earth. And that's its design right there in that corner. But wait a second. We can redo it over here and get another 9. And then we can redo it over here and get another 9. And wait a minute, we can redo it over here and get another 9. And now we have 4 times 90 degrees equals to 360 times 4 times as well equals to 1440. So we had an equation not long ago, okay, of where it was 3 and 4 until we now went to what is 4 and 4. 4 times the 90 for the 360 to 4 times the 360 for the 1440. So where was that equation just 2 minutes ago in these 2 books? I'm going to have to write this video that is on the 17th. The time is 8:38 p.m. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Hold on a second. Let me change something here for a second. Da-da-da-da. How do you take off this other banner? Like I don't want Mr. Tackpans there on the screen. How do I take that off? Oh, yay. Okay, good. That was annoying, eh? That was annoying. So I'm not really sure where it was that I used the 4 and 3 equation. We didn't get to number 17, which I'm going to explain here with G, in which the total, okay, becomes 17, 34, 51 Mars in the standard cycle before we invert the polarity to 68, which is the division of the 7th gate, cat. See at Kenneth, 9 to 5. That's where we're at, 9 to 5. So the reality of this equation is actually 25, 33, 41. That is the reality of this equation. What is 68? To a single digit and its primary source, it is 41, and it is the sun. It is also talking about both worlds, both the singular and the E world connected. This is going to be IE, IE. Remember that P and H, 16 and 8, comes from Pluto. That is your gateway. And I was going to show it to you here how it works. Okay, here's the basic standard for all the numbers. And if we're talking about the cube and going inside the cube, okay, 7, 8, 9 are in the house. See, we don't count in the numbers, okay, only when you get into the 80s, okay, 81 to 89, do you start talking about 1 through 9? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will go 7 times 7 times 1 equals to 7. 7 times 9 equals to 63. So the equation is going to be between here and here, right? Between the gateway of creation. And why I'm saying that is because it only happens, each one of their own happens 7 times. So you're going to end up with 7, and hold on a second, and 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 49. One more 7 is going to create, you see, the last moon was over here, but you don't have your next moon. First, second, third, fourth moon. First, second, third, we're missing the fourth one for the moon. It stops at the 7th, but not for 7, 8, and 9. Because in 7, 8, and 9, you will say 60 plus 17, 18, and 19. And then you will say it into the 90s. You will say it, you will say it into the 70s. And then you'll say it into the 90s. And you'll say it with 97, 98, and 99. And because you're going to say it as 10. So what you're doing is when you get to the 60s, okay, to the 70s, you are going to say 70 using number 10. Then you're going to say it again at 17, 18, and 19. So you're going to say 4 times 10 in the 70s. And you're going to do the same thing when you get to the 90s. So that's going to be 80. You're going to say it to the amount of 80 times. 4 and 4 times. Once when you get into the zone. And when you get into the zone, you're always counting for the last zone. Because when you start off at 0 on a ruler, it's the same thing as saying 30. I'm starting from 30. So why don't I say I'm starting from 300? What's the difference? Why don't I say I'm starting from 32? So the number will be easier to count. When I end up over here, this number over here will be 3. So I'll end up at number 2 over here. I went from 30 over to 2. 32 over to 2, equaling to what 30 is. So this one over here ends up to be what is 41. That calculation creation of that number comes from 65, which is standard creation of AB, A and B. 1 and 2, 12, 66. So it's hard to explain how when 6 and 6 join over here, how they replicate what 1 and 2 is. They tie the two worlds together. I don't want to get into that. I'm not flush. Right now I'm talking about where 7, okay, 8 and 9, where 7, 8, and 9, okay, count for 9 times. Equals to 63, equals to 72, equals to 81. Each one of these counts for 9 times. No other number counts for that. Each one of these will replicate within inside their own. Here's number 18. Here is number 27. And here is number 63. It is the 6 void with the 3 dots. It is the 2 dots with the 7 void. It is the 8 void with the 1 dot. Venus, I just want to see. Sun is number 42 in creation. I forget where number 27, other than win a big red sun, where number 98 is that creation of 18. So where does 7 and 9 come in? Well, the 7 is actually created by 88. Can also be created by these numeric values, in which the value of 1 equals to 34 and the value of 6 equals to 52. Too ironic to bring the 7 the gates together. So I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I've been here for 2.5 hours. I'm a little bit hungry. If you have any questions about anything, if there's something I missed, how these numbers move over and where I got my information from, it's very hard to explain that I got it from the basics of understanding the logic of what is already being used as the Pythagorean system, where you count numbers down. And you can also relocate the entire alphabet by understanding what an alphabet shift is and why. I'm using an alphabet shift through the X and Y chromosome, is which I'm going to show you next, where and why I say it. Maybe I'm making the whole thing up, but it is what it is. There's 2 people out here. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, hold on a second. AU Gold, yes, 1 through 21, yes. I can't, I have to make my screen bigger. Hold on. I can't read. Okay, the transmission is back, right? Okay. 12 keys. 0 equals 0 point equals, well, you know what? If you want to look at a 0 point, do you want to call it a target? The center of one heart? Because if I take 4 dice cubes and put it together, or I use 1 dice cube, if I use 4 dice cubes, okay, I don't have to cross this way. I cannot go through 1 dice cube this way. I can create an X through it this way, but nothing else. But if I use 4 dice cubes, I can now go this way and this way. And in the center, I am going to create an X, creating that the single cube of 9 cubes in the corner is going to be split in half, and that last cube will be a 0.5, leaving 8 cubes whole and 1 cube at 5 and 5. And all the 4 that are around it are 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm just trying to understand what vision I'm getting. I think it's going to be too much. Let me show you the X and Y on the floor. And the reason I explain things this way is because this is the way the French say it. I really don't know what's going on. I really, really don't know. So I've taken a peek over there once or twice. But we all know the truth about here. It's all about arts and entertainment. You can take a look at that board over there. The octagon, 8. The octagon, 8. 8 times 500 years, and then the beehive in the center for the last 2,000 years. The octagon representing 8 times 500. The 5 position is in the center of 8, creating the 9th position. 8 and 5, 8 times 500. Why 500? Because isn't it all about D and G from 4 through 7? Where do we get 4 from? We get it from number 13. The beginning is 7. We rewrote the alphabet. Instead of beginning at A1, we now begin at F6. And our first step movement, although A would be number 1, our first movement would be with and over towards number 2. And second, if we were at the gateway and the cubes overlap, I would already be standing inside number 6, waiting to go into number 5 through the 7th gate. And the reason for that, where it is right over here. You see, the orange cubes only and the blue one, they're not overlapping. Those are 1, 3, 5 equaling to the sun, and then the 7th gate. 6 takes up 1 corner of what is 4 areas. So now you're in 3 and 1, putting it, linking it, okay, through 6 to what is number 5, passing through 6 into number 5 into the E world. And if it shifts out this way, this would be number 8, the heavens. But we don't go from number 6 over to number 3. And through number 3, we have this T liking over here. 8. And to this side over here, we have 3. What number is that over there? That is 3, 8, 6. I think it's 864. I don't remember what number it is. I got to get a drink. I got to get something to drink. So maybe take a look up, see what's going on. And unless you want me to leave you a piece of art, let me see if I can leave you something here. How about this? Take a look at that. Tell me what you think. Let's take a 5-minute break. I've been here 3 hours. And I'll come back for a little bit and hey, hi, remote glass.
Is the body extremely important? Make life fun. But who will shovel? Is there anyone that one couldn't do it if you can get them in an instance? I know. The angels of light rise within the last push of life's test put before us. You are an old warrior. Time wears us down, the reckoning of some good days of calm coming your way. Peace. Hey, hi. It will not last. Yes, the body extremely important. Make life fun. But who will shovel? Is there anyone that would come do it if you could get them in an instance? I know. The angels of light rise within the last push of life's test put before us. You are an old warrior. Time wears us down. A reckoning of some good days of calm coming your way. Peace. I am with you in a minute.
Okay. I'm coming back, shutting down the lights. Just give me 1 minute here. Okay. Out. Out, out. Okay, where were we? Let me come back on here, see where we were. Check, come back, take this off. If you want, I could have explained that if you wanted me to. Let me get back. What's your take on BIOAQ? That's a while ago. Where else am I? Okay. Lights, cameras, action. Hey, Vincenzo, what's going on? Not seen any transmission. It came back now, that's for sure. So where am I going to take this next? Where was I? What gateway? Okay, I'm going to finish with number 17, 18, 19 and explain that to a Pythagorean count, to a full count, you count the full number. To a Pythagorean count, you count each section to a single digit. So if it adds up to 11 or more, 10 or more, it's going to count down to a single digit. And then you know which levels they're on. If you had to count it down to a single digit, did you count it from 9 and 8? Well, 9 and 8 is 9 and 8 is 17. So 9 and 8 is an area. Then 17 is an area. Then 1 and 7 is an 8. So now you got the center of what is a standard cycle. Give me another number. I don't care what number you give me. They're all standard. Now we can create, when we do the star system, let's say we do 50, 60, 78, no, 83. So 8 times 3 is 24. So we have that over here. And then 8 plus 3 is 11. We have it here. And we create that equation. We create that equation. And we bring them back together over here. Now we create that equation. That's going to go over here, then over here. And then it stops. And then the same one's just going to keep going down straight, possibly just like the chakras. So let me go to what is 17. So 17 becomes the 51 Mars gate. So that is G7, Mars gate. It's also noted as A and E. So Mars gate, I'm trying to understand exactly what it means. What is Mars gate inside A and E? I got to go a little bit deeper, but we're going to go into the next one. And the next one is number 18. 18 and 18 and 18 and 18. 18, 36, 54, 72. This is the sun. 9 times 6, which runs in rotation, to what is the percentage? And also understanding the word respect. PCT. I have to understand what it exactly means, but I know when the certain letters come together, and this is the percentage, and it's found on the 5 key in this division. It's also sometimes noted that could be basically shown you like this, right? But then if you just take out the basis of it, you would have above as below. Now, if you're looking at the end, you're going to go in a different direction, east-west versus north-south. N and Z. It's the same thing with H and I. H and I. Right? Is it the I turning this way? And is the I locked in to what is H? Or is it a separator? Which way should I be looking at I? And note that the I is standing up. And the H would be the bed sleeping. 8 sleeping in bed and 9 awake. The percentage of what you see as the 9 and the 6 and the formation and the number of ribs. And remember this thing over here. Okay, I'm just trying to. I don't know the way I should be. I always look at it as distance, you know. So 6 and 9 come together. I'm not sure which way we should plan this and which way this would this one be coming out here? Maybe this one should just close up. When this closes up, this closes up this door over here. Like if this goes up, then this goes into here and closes into here. This closes down here. This will block this entry over here. So where's that other, how did we find this? I'm just trying to look. No, I'm just trying to look at something, how this came to be. How did this come to be? We saw that piece over here. I saw that piece over here. This went 2 up and 2 over. This went 2 up and I'm just trying to look for where this came in. This came in. This came in here. This came in here. It came in over here. Here's the primary, no, but it came in over here. Trying to understand how I did this. I need to continue it over here to see what's going on. No, that's not what I want to do. Just let me stop here for a second and see what I'm looking for. These two came from this side, so that means it's over here. So that means it would go to here, and then it would come here. Right. So that means it would go here and come to here and go here, and then it'd be this. And then it'd be that. There we go. Then you put that over there. And now I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do next. Anyways, I'm leaving that design. It looks like I'm sleeping at the wheel. Anyways, let me continue on to number 18. Win a big red sun, the sun, creation, heaven, spirit. So when you go 18 over 18 over 18, it's 32. And 4, it becomes 4 and 5. It becomes the sun again. 4, 3, 2 vibration and the sun. When you come 18 and 18, it becomes 27. It's Venus. Then it becomes 36. And then it becomes, 36. And then it becomes 45. Do you notice it works, this 8 works the same way as 1. 8 works the same way as 1, counting up. We counted 2, 3, 4. We counted up 2, 3, 4. We were at 7, 6, and 5. So that's our basics right over here to our vibration. That is the center of vibration. 7 and 5 is the moon. 57, 75. 2 and 4 are the cat of EI, EIO. 5 and 9, which is the gateway in the moon. And the reason for that is in the game of craps, the odds are 7 to 5. So you place 5, you get 7. So you put 5, you got 7, now you got 12. So you put 5, you get 7. I think you get 7 for every 5. Something like that. So it's got to be exactly. So what it is we were talking about 9 and 5. What the odds are 7 and 5. So you can see through the moon is the birth of the E world, the EI world. And here's your 5. In which when you get a 3, 2, 5, you're going to get a 4, 5, 9. And when you get a 5, no, when you get a 4, no, we already did that. When you get a 6, 3, when you get a 6, 3, 9, you get a 1, 4, 5. So that 1, 4 is telling you, this can be telling you about JD. It's telling you about your DNA of creation of the light, CF. And I like to look at this as the difference of what is 18, which is the giveaway. And this is Celsius and Fahrenheit. Remember, the alphabet is all about A plus and A minus and E plus and E minus. That's the alphabet. So if you know anything about what is the alphabet, and the reason for that, it could be F or it could be D, where the E is before and after. It could be K of what is R, and now you have the arc or your body. Seems like nobody else is here watching me. I'm into my third hour, and if somebody can tell me they're still here, I'll stick around. If not, I think 3 hours is well more than enough, and I appreciate those who have shown up and those who will watch in the future. Say something to me. I see there's one person left, so maybe I'm going to try and drive one more nail out here before I end it. And here is the moon cycle. In the first cube, there are 21 days. We will discover and find out why the zodiac works on the days it works, and if the zodiac is online. The first cube is 21, so we can start any way we want. The second cube is an automatic. So let's say we start at 0, but we're not sure if we can start any way we want. We will find out. In the second cube, in order not to miss the moon, we must start with 7. So after the first 21 days, we automatically must go into the 7-day cycle in the first moon. Now, when we run into the second moon, we're going to be starting with the 14-day cycle in the second moon on the second side of the cube, which is going to be the ring. And on the third at the beginning, we're going to start again by the ring. We're going to start with the 2 rings in order to get to the second moon on the third cube of the first 2/3. So when you arrive here on the first 2/3, you will be talking about 2/3, because 21 and you got 14 of 21, and there's 7 left over, which is 1/3, which means you have crossed over in 258 is where your crossing is. And your crossing is in 258 because if you divide any one of these, it'll be 0.66. And 0.66 is 2/3 of what the cube is, and it's on ice because we're talking about hockey, and it becomes the E world, and you're playing it in the first half of the cube, right? There's 2 parts of the cube, 3 parts of the cube, whatever. Then we're going to go on to finishing the cube. We finished the cube with here with 7, and I finished the cube over here with, I don't know why there's 14 here. That would be impossible. And after we start off the cube here, you can start the cube anything you want here, because we need the whole entire cube, because the distance between here and here, when we ended the cube on 63, we need the entire cube, whichever way it is, to equate to what is the third moon on the fourth cube. In fact, when we get to here, this will be where matter in Christ comes in, right? And 77 is what will create 63. I always seem to think we're on the countdown, and we're starting at 105 and going down. So we come into the third moon over here, and then we start all over again right here. This is going to represent 1/4. Because if you multiply it by 4, there will then be 364 days to the 13 moons. Day number 91. And in day number 91, you have reached the beginning, okay, or the end of the first week, because day 91 actually starts on day 85. Remember where it begins. It begins on 78, the gateway to get into Pluto. It begins on 64, Israel. It begins on 57, inside the moon to the 7th gate, number 57 to 63. Where here you begin on number 43, DC. Or here you begin on the birth. Where here you begin ape Mars to the cycle, BB over BH, time heaven. And once you run up to the 6th moon, you also equate to the game of Monopoly, because the game of Monopoly and the game of man of 168, when you take 168 cubes, you must set up this way in order to do it. And now you can put 168 cubes around, or you can create the U. and go all the way around and have one little space. So if there's 168, let me just do something. This will be 7. 7 by 13 equals to 91 times, I'm just trying to think, 13. Right, 13 by 7 equals 91. There'll be 91 squares. There'll be 91 dots. And there's going to be 77 plus 1 to half this board. No, this is going to be, sorry, this is going to be 90 plus 1. And this is going to be 78. 168, 169. Yeah, that's the Monopoly board setup. Hard to explain exactly the way it is. I lose 4 and 4 is 8. I only get to have 82. I lose 2 for the trains. I got 84, brings me to 76. I'm just trying to calculate by the squares. Monopoly is bigger than you think it is. It's 40 properties, but to build the design, you need a minimum of 169 area spaces, or 13 times 13, which is ironic. Okay, that, and these are the divisions of the alphabet between M and N, between 7 and connecting 6, 13 man to what is 14, the sun. 7, this is 13 and this is 14. Boy, where else am I? I'm very, very tired. I think we're going to end it here. There's too much. There's too much. I'm rocking, man. I'm rocking. Oh my God. I would like to show you something that if you can help me out, somebody in any way. I gotta stay home. I gotta work a little bit more on this. Yeah. So if you can help the channel out a little bit, maybe we can broaden the horizon. Maybe I can bring somebody in, set me up a little bit better, create a better studio, maybe create what I see as the gematria calculator, in which is this. I'd really like to, not that. I'd like to create one of my own to be able to do my calculations quicker, although a lot of it is hands-on. Remember, I work with, I just want to say one thing, the alphabet is 26, and the numbers are 9 equals to 35. Is it, or is it 10? I don't know anymore. Tired. 0. I don't know. Good night. 0 is an area space connecting 4 areas. That's what I think 0 is. 0 is an area space that's connecting 4 areas. 2 squares, where the 6 and 6 and 7 come together, because 6 and 6 are the half spaces connecting the odd numbers, the even connecting the odd, is that when 8, 7, 8, and 9 come in, 8 is part of what puts together 6 and 6 and 7, in which will create also below 8 will create what is 9. So 8 and 9 will now come together in the E world through the design. It's hard to explain, but it's over here. 6, 8, because it's 7, 9, 11, 13. 13 equal to man. 7 by 13 equals to 91. One part of the cycle of the moon. Peace and love. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, let me go over to Facebook over here. No, there's nobody that said anything. It's okay. Till next time. Mr. Tackbands, Raphael, coming to you for what we're hoping to set up as knowing a little bit more into what is dashes and dats and the Word of God. I know I didn't finish on the floor, but I will show you the floor next time. The reality is this world There's something else about it because all the numbers seem to work out. 1 month of February, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the 14 of the ring of the 2 cubes of Venus. Venus, 2-7 to the gateway to the E-worlds. Ring around the pole. Thank you for watching. Love forever.